Today I'm going to take you on a little tour of my new bigger craft room. I want to show you how I have it set up. It's very low budget and real. It's not all perfect and it doesn't all match, and everything works great and I'm happy with it. Eventually I want to paint the walls, but I'll show you around. Before, when I showed you my craft room, I was in a little tiny room. So this room's over twice as big. And you come in, and there's actually this little, this was a bedroom, so this is like a dressing area, and it's a mess right now. I do keep some clothes in here. But there is a sink, so it works perfectly for paintbrushes and everything. I've got some old canvases and wood and picture frames, and then I've got a box of Christmas stuff, and so it's kind of a mess back there, but mostly it's just great to have the sink. And then around the corner here I have this closet, and it kind of looks all jumbled up, but everything has a spot. And this top shelf needs organized a little better, but I've got frames up there, wood boxes, embroidery hoops, lots of canvases, and basically surfaces that I can work with. Then I've got paint supplies here, some watercolors, paintbrushes, drop cloths, and all that good stuff. And then this shelf is mostly my wooden items, just little wooden shapes and Jenga blocks and all that kind of stuff. I've also got some stamps and wooden beads. And then this shelf has crayons, markers, colored pencils. I do have a few canvas totes there that are just kind of needed a home. And then down at the bottom I've got my wood burning stuff and beads and buttons. Got some wrapping paper, my bamboo sticks, and a bigger loom over there. Sorry, you can probably hear my dog making noises in here with me. He's trying to scratch his back on the floor. Silly boy. So over here I have some fabric folded up and hung on hangers. And then I've got some wreath making forms. I don't do a lot of wreaths, but I just kind of dabble in a little bit of everything. So I've just kind of got every kind of craft imaginable. I've got my floral foam there, and just little stuff for like the grandkids, like pipe cleaners and pom-poms and things like that that they like to mess with when they come. And then this shelf has some seasonal items. And the bottom shelf, you can kind of see there, I keep my old music and hymns and old magazines and things, old books, things like that. This box here in front is mostly florals, but I just got this here. My daughter gave it to me, so I need to get that put away. But the rest is mostly florals. It's just hard for me to get a spot for florals in here, so I'm kind of trying to still figure that out. I've got kind of a little bit of a system, but it's not very ideal. I'll show it to you here in a bit. And then over on this wall, I've got a lot of different things going on everywhere, but here's my ribbons here in the front. behind it is just our homesteading books and magazines, things like that. Not necessarily craft related, but things we need here in the household. I've got some dies there, my little hacksaw, and then here's most of my paints. And the cabinet there has glassware that I'm using for projects. This cart I just got, and I'm still kind of trying to figure out exactly what I want in it, but right now it has my journaling things, because I like to do junk journals and creative journaling. So that's what's in there so far. Then over here in the middle, I'll step back so you can see it better. I've got 2 tables kind of butted up next to each other. And obviously the back desk is where I work and film. And then up here, I kind of keep things that I'm working on or that are kind of next in line to be worked on. Like right now, I got all these little baskets for 50 cents a piece. I'm making Easter baskets for the grandkids. This that says made in China is a little spice rack that I'm going to try to use for my ribbon, but I haven't gotten that set up yet. And there's just some tiered tray things that I've been working on that came apart that I need to fix. And underneath there is some seasonal items. So then we go over here to the desk, and on this side here, I just keep my cardstock, my scissors. You can kind of see here, all my different scissors are in there. I've got all my stencils. And then the bottom is the cardstock. I've got my paper cutters there. I keep this basket here that's got wet wipes in it, my cutting supplies, some glues, other adhesives, just so they're all handy. Then I've got all my lights. I'm still a very low budget operation here. I film with my phone, and I don't have a lot of fancy lighting or anything set up yet. Here I've just got my little desk vac, some writing utensils, scissors, ink, things that I use frequently, and a little box of embellishments there that needs to get put away. Alright, let me come around this other side. On this side of the desk, I've got my box of papers. These are all my 12 by 12s. And under that, I've got a box that's just got some seasonal storage in it. You can kind of see the trunk there. Behind my desk here, I keep a lot of my markers and paint pens, the watercolor markers, my glue guns, my heat gun, and the garbage, of course. But in these drawers, I've got different scrapbook papers and some glitters, things like that. And then I step back here. This corner, I have 2 totes underneath this blanket, and it's got all my wood, the bigger wood cutout patterns in the bottom. And then on the top one is Christmas things that I can use for crafts. So that's put away for the season. And we got kind of a mess on top of the fireplace there, but the AC will be going in there shortly. Then I've got this purple shelf, and we'll kind of look at this corner here next. This top shelf, I've got some things that I have to sell, some coasters, some pots are in the back there. I've got my Bible journaling box there. Here's just little odds and ends. Got little tufts of ribbon, some tiles, some rocks, some little fabrics. And then this shelf here is Avon stuff. I used to sell Avon. I don't any longer, so I need to revamp that shelf. And then this shelf has a little bit of everything. I've got my light box. I've got my word and letter boards. I've got my laminating machine, a little circular loom. I've got some miniatures and just different little craft sets like that. And then down there in that box is felt. Next to that, I've got stickers and those binders. And then the top of here is some of my vinyl. And then we've got more scrapbook papers. Now these are the 8.5 by 11 sheets or smaller. They're all organized by color. And then there's some that are organized by season at the bottom. I've got a random box here of fabric I need to sort through. Then I've got some napkins that I use for projects. Up there I've got some old jewelry, earrings and things that I use the beads off of. And then in these drawers, it's kind of dark in this corner, but I've got planner things up here, planner notebooks and what have you. And then down here is cards, envelopes, and the next drawer down is just some small tools in the last two drawers, my Dremel and screwdrivers and hammers and things like that. And then on this little wicker shelf here, I've got some glitter and some paints on the top shelf, some metallic powders. I've got my Kettlebug embossing machine. We've got ink and stamps. And that kind of takes up the bottom two shelves. And then I will back up and get a picture of this big wall. So up on the top you can kind of see my floral system, and it works great, except it's just a little bit too tall for me to reach. So every time I go to put something away, I end up tipping over the other ones, or the cats jump up there and kind of knock them over themselves. So I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. On the other end there, I've got some craft books and also coloring books kind of behind there for kids and adults. Let's see, let's go over here. On the right, I've got my sewing machine and supplies. On the left of that's paints. And then these two shelves are ephemera, embellishments, ribbon, like smaller ribbons. And then the bottom right side is fabric, and the left side is pine cones and some things like that. This one here in the front is garbage. It needs to go to the trash. Then I've got my printer and some more vinyl there. My Cricut and my Cricut Joy. I've got 2 heat presses. My Cricut markers. Then down here, I don't do a lot with yarn, but I've got some yarn there and a bunch of looms in the middle. And then I've got the diamond dot paintings, a lot of those in that basket. Then down there I have old wallpaper books and magazines on the left, and on the right is just cardboard tubes, egg cartons, tin cans, things I might use for crafts, or the grandkids like to get in there and make things with whatever they can find. And we'll go over here to the last one. On the right, I've got frames in the back and my candle making things in front. Then I've got fall things over on this left side, other than those 2 little items in front here I just got. Then we've got ribbons on the left, holiday things on the right. And down below I've got my paint stir sticks, some fiber fill, and then a bunch of random frames on the left side. So I will sit down here in my chair and kind of give you a tour. Like I said, nothing is fancy. It's just works for us. Very budget friendly. Actually, all those shelves over there on that wall were free. They were all alongside the road. The little wicker stand I think was $5 at a garage sale. The dresser was free. These purple shelves were free. I bought the rolling cart with the papers in it. This has chicken wire on it. It was free. I got this desk at a garage sale for $5, and then I just bought this wood, pressed wood top for it at Menards for, I think it was $20. So, yeah, nothing fancy, but that's my craft room. I hope you got some inspiration. I hope it showed you that just work from where you're at. You don't have to have it fancy. You don't have to have everything match. Just get a space that you can craft in with all of the things close that you love and can work with, and let all that creativity start flowing. And thank you for watching today. I will see you next time. Bye.